Oh, my computer's slow.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Whew.
Not that slow.
That's slow. Hello. Welcome to another scene for Requiem for London. Yeah, Requiem for London. And this scene sets right after the meeting with everybody, I guess. Chloe meeting Alley Cat and Charlie and Archbishop now. Yeah, we'll just say that. But meeting everybody and everybody's just dispersed. The bigger of the group is gonna go get ice cream, and Allie and Chloe are just hanging out outside. Chloe gives a whistle, and you hear a dog bark off in the distance, and a rather matted and beat up kind of looking dog. You don't know what breed it is. Comes running up, tongue hanging out, tail wagging. It's like a little stub, but it's wagging. And just sits down right next to her leg. He just goes, "Oh, who's a good boy? Did you find anybody out there? Good job."
Um, yeah, Elias is standing next to Chloe, wearing like a big oversized coat that comes at least to her knees. The first thing she does when they're outside and Chloe's whistling is she's gonna light up a cigarette, draw from it very deeply. It just, exhales, takes a moment, and then looks down as the dog is coming and it's like, oh, cute. Cute. As she lowers as well, pretty stiffly, and just lets the dog, if he wants to, smell her hand.
Oh yeah, he smells it. He licks it a little bit, sneezes, and then goes back to looking up at Chloe like, "Hi."
I did
Just like,
it.
calm down, dude. You'll get a blood sausage when we get back home. So Allie, roadkill, roadkill, Allie.
Pleasure, Ali will say as she kind of, half raises her hand to the dog.
We'll just go try to mimic what my dog would actually do when he meets people. I have a dog and he does talk, so uh he goes,
I have a cat. Most of the time, she just turns her back to you. You're beneath me.
but Chloe just goes, "So that was awkward."
Yeah. I guess it's complicated when you're not in the loop of most things yet. Ugh.
I'm used to being in a lot of loops, but apparently I missed a big loop on a mission.
Mm, mm. Uh, yeah, there's a couple of loops going on at the moment. I think there's two big loops, but maybe not the best place to discuss it on the street. You never know who's listening in.
This is true. So, your place or mine?
Um, yeah. Unless you feel very comfortable with a hole in the ground, your place is probably better.
My place. Got it. On we walk. And we'll just, little mini time skip getting back to Hillingdon. Um her business, as you guys walk up, is right on the outskirts, right next to the park. Um and it's called the Cutthroat's Butcher Shop. I need a picture of that, so I'll work on that later. But it's like a 3-story building, and it's got a butcher shop sign outside of it that says Cutthroat's Butcher Shop. And she unlocks the door to get in, and she says, "My place is above it."
Ollie looks up the building. It's like, huh, neat. It's all yours.
Yes, the students like to use it during the day to get their academic points for their class, and then they leave me alone during the night and during the day. They rent the butcher shop out from me.
Steady income, smart.
Oh yes, helps me put in my modifications for my building. Helps me stay alive during the day. And you guys walk in, simple, old school, kind of looks like a old mom and pop butcher shop inside. There's meats hanging in the window. Then you got the freezer and dryer in the back, which she'll walk back there, grab something, and then come back into the fore area and toss a sausage over to Roadkill, who just takes it and runs immediately up the stairs. Blood sausages. Apparently, it works.
Nice. Gotta remember that. So if I ever get a pet, I guess I can. Well, you'll have a new customer.
Well, he's not directly mine. I inherited him from an old friend.
I mean, it works.
It works. It gives me a buddy who allows me to remember the old days. Come on up. And she'll walk up the stairs.
Yeah, Ellie will follow. A little slow, of course, because stairs.
There's a rail if she needs a hand.
Probably.
You go up. There's like a little there's a door. It's the first story that you guys go into. You go into the second story area, which is like the living area. Probably the third floor is where she sleeps. But it's like got a kitchen, little living area, and then the table where she'll grab a first aid kit off of the wall underneath the kitchen sink and put it on the table for you.
It's a little much for first aid kit, I'm afraid. As Ellie opens the jacket up, and yeah, there's a myriad of burn marks there.
I got burn cream.
Huh. Well, I guess it can't hurt.
Because you're not the only one who in their lifetime is caught on fire.
Probably not. It's a first for me, though. Can't say I like
And
it.
oh, go ahead.
No, she just said that. Can't say I like it.
It's not fun. Thus,
No.
burn cream. She'll take off her jacket, her leather jacket, hang it up. And I know I missed out on Julian's only really seen her since she got back in town, but she's got scars running up and down her arms. He didn't see those because she was wearing her jacket. She's got the scar going almost around her entire neck that almost connects. But other than that, she looks a little rough, but she looks like she doesn't mind, the scars.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of wears them as trophies.
Sorry. Ellie we'll look at the scars and says, I bet there's a story behind that. But yeah.
Which one?
Uh, all of them, I
All of
suppose.
them?
I don't need to per se, like, don't get me wrong. But I'm a sucker for stories.
Well, this one, she points to the one around her neck, is when I turned into nearly headless Nick. Back in the old days, just before I came back to London, when you came into the Carthian territory, you had to fight to earn your place, to be able to speak. And let's just say I won and lost at the same time.
Huh.
I won because I gave the Ancilla that I fought the whopping of a lifetime and embarrassed him in front of his other Carthian friends. And I got my revenge because he broke into my apartment when I first moved here. And I lost because he almost ripped off my head.
I mean, you didn't lose it entirely, so I wouldn't call it a loss.
But we did both frenzy, and I lost the
Okay.
frenzy.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's actually where I got Mister from. It was he was originally his dog. He went to
Huh.
the Carthian speaker, and when I joined the Carthians, she had to keep an eye on me, so she gave me Roadkill, and she's no longer here, so he's mine now.
Sorry for your loss, but at least you got a friend for it.
I got my memories.
Hmm.
The others are private stories. I get into way too many fights, so there's either not a story behind it or I haven't known you long enough to tell you.
Hey, that's fair.
So,
So, yeah.
she'll sit down at the table. There's like 4 chairs, so she'll kick her feet up on the other chair.
Hmm. Ellie will actually um, take a seat on the table, um, crossing her legs.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um. So, what would you like to hear first? I can't say I know all the information because a lot of shit that Joshua's in, I have not been involved in. I've been kind of fighting on or investigating on my own.
Okay. So, first question, why are we working with the Sanctum?
uh, I guess because we need all hands on deck. Like, you kind of picked up on the entire Princess Evil thing.
All princes are evil. It's just dealing with the lesser of two evils.
Yeah. So, yeah. The thing, what I know about this entire thing, how it started, is there was a drug coming on the market like a few months ago called Violet. Um, my siren or coterie asked me to check in on it. Turned out it was made with vitae blood, um, and it was gaining territory in London real fast. Then found out that the Invictus were behind it, probably the Prince. Uh, got a Invictus actually. I had an ally there for a bit, but he at some point called me up and was like, "Well, you kind of need to get me out of here, or I'm gonna die," which was the Invictus trying to murder him. And long story short, turns out that this violet drug is meant to control human populace, and basically, like, if everybody's hooked on it, the prince and his cronies would determine who is getting, well, the blood
Who's getting fed?
resources and everything. Yeah. So I don't know exactly when the Sanctum got involved,
Okay.
but it's a good thing, I guess, because I don't know about you, but I don't like having to beg for my dinner.
No, especially when I've earned my feeding ground.
Yeah, that.
Okay. You have me on that one. Brownie point gained.
They have this big prison, this yard, and apparently it's there that they make the drugs and also experiment on other kindreds, making super soldiers, all things like that. I'm not quite sure if the shard is really that place though, because like I said before, I found those ships that had all the kindred inside. Hmm. So I'm not entirely sure if it's just a shard or if it's a shard and more, or if the shard is just a ruse. Because as far as I know, I've never been there, but once you go in and you come back out again and you don't remember a thing, Marcus, the Ventru Ordo that was there, he he had that happening to him.
Okay. How old are you?
A couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Do we
new
know
to
how
all this
old
business.
Marcus is?
I mean, he's in London for a few months, I believe, but
Nothing
his
outside of that.
actual age, I don't know.
Okay. Something to gain into because the older you are, probably the better you can actually fight those effects.
Mm.
So, if we can figure out the age that Marcus is, we'll see if anybody older can get away with it.
I mean, I didn't say it at the group, but I know at least the Crow know a way of, at least for a while, controlling mind control, making sure that
Hmm.
it fades off you. So that's something to look into. And since my grandsire is a member of the Crow, and I'm planning to talk to her soon.
I'll go with you on that because I gotta make a talk of my own with the crone on more personal matters. You'll probably figure it out when we go there then.
Mm. I mean, if you need to get in contact with them, like I said, I got my grandsire and my girlfriend. They're both crones.
Good to know. Okay.
So apparently, and this is the part that I've got no information on yet, because I haven't heard of it, but I guess I'm not high enough in the Carthian ranks to actually be informed about this. But Joshua told me like week or so ago that the Carthians are going all out, and he mentioned it in this meeting as well. We're gonna fight the prince openly now. Um, there's been some shady shit going on regarding domains and everything. Prince has been on our asses for a while, but I don't consider that much new.
I will let you know. I'll go talk to our boss and let you know. Cause I gotta check in with them anyways. I say them because I haven't met them yet, so I don't know man, woman, or anything. So besides the point.
I mean, Stanford is pretty chill as far as I've met him. I've only met him once when I brought the Invictus to our grounds after I got his ass out of his own territory.
Alright. So I'll
He's
talk to
pretty
them.
chill as far as I found, and yeah, others I haven't spoken to much. Like I said, I'm not that high on the totem pole.
Exactly, so they'll go easy on you.
Probably.
Take it as a compliment. You want them to go easy on you at first, so that way you see their true side when they're talking to older members.
Mm.
Not looking forward to that. All right. Who's the you know what, you know who?
Yeah, okay. Let me see, how am I gonna break this? Okay, there's this creature that is hunting our kind that we can't mention its name or it will fly down and come and kick your ass.
Where does it lie?
Yeah, we don't know. It's somewhere in the city because someone was stupid enough, also Marcus, to mention that name. And it came flying on our asses. So how this story began was we were in the London Museum having a chat with a few people. There were a few others around, and Marcus, trying to show off that he knows about Kindred Society, mentions the, well, shady birds. Let's just call them that for now.
Shady Bird?
Um, yeah. So, like I said, I can't actually go and mention their name unless you
That's
want to
fine. What
hear.
color eyes do they have?
Yellow.
I'm making an occult roll. I've been in town long enough, and I have the occult. So what would that be? Intelligence occults? Oh, great. I don't even have
I
my character set up.
guess.
Oh, balls. Hold on. Let me pull up my Google Docs. I have it on there. No. Stop pulling up. Stop balls. Okay, so intelligence 3. Sorry, let's take a look here. 3? I want to say 3. I'm going to say 3. Let's see. That's weak. Weak. I need to put more points in there. Okay. Be nice if my thing roll. 3? Survey says 2 successes. She chuckles and then
Yay!
stops. Right. Right. Somebody went to the park.
Yeah, so Marcus mentioned that, and everybody was just like, "Oh no, I'm leaving now. I'm going out. Have a nice day. Lovely not talking to you. And fuck off." No one actually gave him the down low of you shouldn't be talking about this. Well, back at that moment, I didn't know what he was talking about either. Like I said, fairly new. I don't know, man. So I was like, dude, if you need someone to watch your back for a while, you can come stay with me. Marcus is a good guy, basically, but yeah. So that being said, I took him to my, what then was my apartment. And the next day or next night we woke up and it was just pitch black and there was no exits and nothing. Then this sort of, you know,
Thing.
thing started talking to us, basically prank phone called us into getting more information out of us, and getting us to try and make a deal with him. Eventually, we got out by breaking through the ceiling, getting into an air vent, and escaping through the apartment above us. Um, we left sort of a mess, not enough to, you know, get the human populace, well, thinking
Worried.
there was something wrong, but still enough to get the police to ask about me. Shit story. I lost my leg. The creature grabbed it when he tried to drag us down. Um,
Looks down at the leg.
yeah, it helps when you have a grandsire in the crown.
True.
So yeah, that's how we got introduced to that
That.
creature. It has made an appearance, like a couple of them have made an appearance in the city afterwards. Once during Elysium, where we also met this guy Constantine, who is like a hunter of them, sort of, or slayer of them. He gave Marcus a special sword that can be used to hit them. And that's all I can tell you about it now. If you want to know more about it, ask Marcus. But at least now you know the down low.
I know that they're active.
Yeah. And something important,
Fantastic.
like, I don't know how much you know about them, but don't make deals with them at all.
No,
Anything.
just burn them.
Yeah. And sometimes, like, little, fairy tale tricks can ward them off for a bit, like tossing coins or salt or, you know, running over streaming water, things like that.
Yes, because they like to attach themselves to those stories. So when they attach themselves to those stories, the stories become real. Trust me, I had one. I think I remember one who was obsessed with Edgar Allan Poe.
Huh.
Remember hearing about one, but that's neither here nor there.
At least now you know they're out there and they're active. And yeah. So apart from a crazy maniac prince that we're gonna deal with, we also have crazy maniac
Super soldier
shadowy
vampires.
birds and super soldiers and vampires. Though they're on the side of the prince, so that's one package.
Yeah. Okay. Any good news? I go
uh,
I go on a scouting mission for I'm sorry that it had to be almost damn near a year, but things came up. I'll have to make that a point when I go talk
mm,
to our boss. Oh, I'm not looking forward to that talk a lot now.
um, any good news? We're still alive, still
Hillingdon is still
kicking.
intact.
Hmm? Yeah,
Hillingdon
as
is
far
still
as I
intact.
know, you know.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
that's the big things. There's not really small things at the moment. It kind of feels like every small thing is in with the big thing.
Somewhere attached in the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I did forget to mention she has two different colored eyes. She has the blue eye, and then she has like a dark eye that's like a dark red hazel eye.
Neat.
And on the one side of her shaved head is like a tribal wolf tattoo.
Cool.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's
I'm like
fine.
looking at my picture.
I
I'm
mean,
like, shit, I forgot so much.
I mean, Ellie is pretty much how you see her. She's not that special. Someone who easily blends within a crowd.
Yeah, she's just been through a lot because it used to be one blue eye, one green eye. And then after the nearly headless Nick experience, it went from one blue eye to the red eye, and now it's dulled. Which you probably saw in the meeting, like as they're like going through all
Mm-hmm.
this, and her, it's like that twitch of the eye, her that darker eye is like thrumming like and twitching to like a glowing red to the dark to the glowing red to the dark, and it's just like, oh, I have so many questions. I have all of the questions. Right. So, what are your plans?
um, what are my plans? I need to find people who can work with me to get those ships like dealt with. There's this gang that's been working with them, the Limehouse. Let me think for a moment as player grabs her blue booking. The Limehouse Syndicate. It's an organized crime group. It's definitely led by Invictus, and it's definitely someone who knows how to dominate people.
Hmm.
Fought him, but they were too many, and they had flare guns, which sucked.
I'm
Um,
guessing that's what happened.
yeah.
Motioning at her body.
hmm hmm
Ouch.
Yeah, I've been investigating that Violet thing, trying to see if I could find locations to hit or to put a stop to. And, well, I found a location to hit. Unfortunately, wasn't fast enough and strong enough to put a stop to it,
Hmm.
which sucks. There
Right.
was a lot of kindreds on that ship, and I know there were three others that I haven't even been able to look into. And the downside with ships is that they can be relocated. So I presume
Yeah.
they're no longer there where I left them.
Yeah, and the best way to get rid of a ship is to sink it.
hmm
I'm sorry. I have to think bluntly
No,
at this point. If there's any kindred on there,
hmm
they're not going to be really much rehabilitable, rehabitable.
Yeah, I don't know. They were all staked. I don't know how, like, I was considering just, pulling out the stakes, but there were a
You
lot
don't
of
know
people
them.
there, and I don't know them, and I don't know how they're going to react. The blood that they were fed was nothing fresh. It was old, so the chance that I would have like a dozen raging vampires on my ass, yeah, that didn't sound like a good idea. I was thinking about sinking the ship before they got to it, but.
You're going to need explosives.
Yeah, I don't know what that's gonna do with the people inside there. Like, if anything, it would be good if we could like help them. But yeah.
Again, old blood, testings.
Mm.
Sometimes the best help that you can give them is putting them out of their misery. Now, if we know of any high rollers in there, that is something that we need to take into account.
I didn't see anyone I recognized there, so. Mm. But yeah, I need to discuss that with my sire. At least she was there, but she frenzied and then felt guilty as shit. Which also is gonna be an issue, but that's like my issue. That's
Not my issue.
no, no. I don't think you need to be bothered with my guilt, with my sire having a guilt trip.
Oh, guilt trips. Oh, shit. Even worse.
Mm. But finding that location is useful. I'm gonna at least try and see if I can get something on that. The cacophony, however, doesn't say much on it, so yeah.
It's good to have cacophonies. Other than that, you just gotta do things yourself.
I mean, it's good for leads.
It is. But that's why I just go to the head.
Yeah, that works. So, yeah, that's my game at the moment, and I need to see what the fuck we're gonna do as Carthians because fighting an all-out war sounds amazing, you know. I'm not necessarily equipped for an all-out war, and
Sounds immaculate.
it sounds. I mean, like I'm I'm okay with the Crones, and I don't think they would necessarily do something bad, but as far as the Ordo and the Sanctum go, well, the Ordo are definitely involved with the Invictus, or at least part of the Invictus. The problem is if we're going head first, we're going to be the ones taking all the,
The
all the hit.
heat.
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about that.
Hmm.
Like,
I mean,
I
the
don't
only thing that I have to remember is that it's been a while, so I have to dig out all of my toys.
mind. I kind of don't want the Mad Prince to be replaced by a religious zealot.
No, nobody does.
Exactly. Or some crazy wizard from the Ordo.
Yeah. So, we protect our own.
Exactly. If I can find a way to put the Invictus against Invictus and create some sort of civil war within their own faction, that would be definitely helpful. So that's something I'm gonna look into.
I'll talk to our head honcho to see what he's thinking.
Hmm.
But other than that, what else are your plans for tonight? Where are you going to sleep?
I mean, any kind of park or hole. Purpose of being a gangrel.
True. But it's also nice that if you don't have to sleep in a hole, you don't.
Yeah, yeah, but I'd rather be mobile. It's like I said, those shadowy bird things, they have destroyed my apartment, and I don't want to give them the opportunity to either find me again or find people that are helping me. I sometimes stay with Ocean, like yeah, my girlfriend, and I sometimes stay with my sire, or yeah. But other than that, do I really want to risk people? Nope.
Well, a lot of people don't know I'm back in town. So that's why I was saying, if you'd like to crash, you can.
You know, I'm not against that. It would also give us the opportunity to sort of know each other a little bit better, I guess.
Yeah. So that way, when we meet with the crown and I have to talk to him about some certain things, you're not going to be as shocked.
Isn't that bad, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, because I might make a deal. I hate making deals, but I might just make a deal just to get it off my back.
Hmm.
But that's a chat. I have to see what options there are.
Yeah.
All right. Let me show you your sleeping arrangements. I'm on
Cool.
the top floor. The
Mm-hmm.
couch pulls out into a bed.
You wouldn't by chance have a shower or something, huh?
I have two. I have mine and the bathroom down here. It's a
Oh,
half bath.
that's amazing. It's been a
There's
while.
towels in there.
Thanks. Then, yeah. Thanks for your hospitality. If I can return a favor at some point, well, not when it comes to hospitality, because, but to something else. Like, let me know.
Definitely. Again, I like hearing what's going on in the city, especially if I've been gone. So, and I used to be a courier in my previous life. So, information's very valuable to me.
Yeah. Well, I like to keep my ears open. So, if I find anything, I'll keep you in the loop.
Thank you. I need to get in some sort of loop in this town.
Most loops are spiraling down at the moment, so I don't know, man.
Just a quick up and down look at her. Does she look about the same size as me?
She did I actually ever fill in her size? She's probably about 5'6" or something. I don't know,
That
like
works.
1 meter 60, 1 meter 70, something like that, somewhere in between.
Okay. So, when she goes and showers, Chloe's gonna go and grab some extra clothes and put them on the couch with a pillow and some sheets
Cool.
and a pair
Then
of old
I
boots. They're like super beat up boots, but they're not gonna fall apart on you.
nice. Then I guess that might be a good place to end the scene.
Insane.
End scene. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Carthian.